So we're downrange. We want to talk about ceiling plates. This range we're in is a highly trafficked range with a lot of tourist attraction, a lot of machine gun shoot, which is a good example of showing how much punishment these ceiling plates that we've provided have taken. These are 1/4 inch AR 500, and as you can see, they've taken a lot of a beating, and there's no degradation. They're not bowing. They've stood up to the heavy use of this range.
So what we have here is the ceiling baffles we have pre-slotted brackets for the hardrail system, so it allows for a bit of adjustment when you go to line this thing up to center line it. Everything we have is modular in design. All the ceiling baffles overlap, as you can see, from side to side. That allows for no exposed joints for bullets or fragments to get through.
One question we constantly get asked by a prospective range buyer is about the ceiling plates, how they're installed in the building. One of the biggest questions is how are they fastened to the wall, how are they connected, how does that give us a tight joint so we get that bullet protection inside of there. Jake, how do we accomplish that?
Okay, so what we have right up here is the ceiling baffles themselves. They have a pre-welded flange that's punched. It has holes where you can basically drill directly through those holes right into the wall, be it concrete, 6-inch concrete tilt-up, or the 8-inch CMU block wall. You can basically drill right through and fasten that with Tapcons. One thing we need to be clear of and sure of is that nobody utilizes the L-hanger brackets, chain, and the bolt-up assembly for suspending the baffles. None of that is to be utilized against the wall. These just anchor directly in the wall, and then if we do use the armored walls, you can just tack weld that and paint it.
And as you can see, the plates are spaced out, so no matter where we are at the firing line, this is a static range, we shoot from the firing line. If a person was to lay on the floor and was to try to shoot up to the ceiling plates are laid out in a manner that they will always strike the ceiling plate, the bullet cannot get up and get to the ceiling, and the bullet's directed down range. So it makes for safety, but it also it lowers your costs as a range owners. You don't have to totally cover and encapsulate your whole roof with steel. The ceiling plates are laid out where if you're shooting from the firing line, then your ceiling is safe. Your light fixtures are protected. Your HVAC ductwork is protected. Even in this range here, you can see they have a fire sprinkler system that's protected. So that's the layout of the ceiling plates.
Let me ask you a question. Some of the other manufacturers and entities have actually specified a concrete lid. Is that an advantage to a range owner or disadvantage based off the ceiling plate layout that's typically provided?
That's a huge expense to try to encapsulate the whole structure in concrete, and it's not necessary. We have done over 350 brick and mortar, commercial and private ranges here in the United States, and I can't think of maybe a handful that have gone to that extreme step to do that. Where the rest of them have used our ceiling plate layout, they've used an open truss ceiling, regular standard construction, either wood or out of steel, and they haven't had to go to that. They get the full protection of the ceiling with the ceiling plates. So that's an unnecessary expense in our opinion, but each to his own.